7 years ago. Can you guys believe 7 years ago today I uploaded my very first YouTube video? And strangely, I didn't actually know that it was 7 years ago today until Nandez tweeted me on Twitter saying, did you know that 7 years ago today you actually uploaded your very first video, which kind of blew my mind. I kind of have lost time in my brain because it feels maybe like 5 years ago that I've kind of been doing YouTube, but nope, it's officially been 7 years now. And this here is what started it all. This tiny little JVC camera started everything. This is kind of crazy. My whole journey, my whole career, my job, my occupation, everything is from this, which is just unbelievable. Now, I can't remember exactly when I got given this camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably more like 8 or 9 years ago. But this camera, it's not even like, it shows how long ago it was. It's not even HD. Like my very first video isn't even in 720, it's in 480, so it's not even HD. And this is like this here, I owe everything to this little camera. So that is kind of crazy that I've kept it this flipping long. And unfortunately, the battery's not working. I would love to see if the footage is still on here. I reckon it probably is. But one thing I remember with this camera is it has a very awesome zoom. I remember you could zoom in for like days and days and days. You could literally zoom in on anything and it would pick it up. And now it probably wouldn't look very good because obviously it's not in HD. So once you've upscaled it to HD, it probably wouldn't look very good at all. And it's kind of funny as well that it was 7 years ago that I actually uploaded that very first video, because it was definitely a Saturday when we filmed our very first video. It was me and Mullet. We were literally bored. We were walking around just going, I don't know what to do today. What should we do? And I was like, I've got a camera I've never really used before. Let's go to the fancy dress shop, buy some toy guns, and go up to the local woods and film a video. And at that time, we were like obsessed with Call of Duty. And this is it. I've got like everything from the very first video. This was the game. This was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which me and Mullet played far too many hours. So we knew this game inside out. So when we were bored and we thought, you know what, let's go make a video. What can we make it about? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So the idea of the video was to kind of take a serious game which people played very seriously and just make like a comedy version of it, a spoof, a parody of this game, because the main reason is we had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea how to really edit. We had no idea how to film. All we knew was we could do some funny form of acting and kind of take things which kind of annoyed us in the game, like getting killed in ridiculous places or ridiculous ways, and just find the comedy in it. And that's exactly why we started filming those videos. And this is going to seem completely ridiculous as well, but I've even managed to find the gun, the original gun, which is now broken. Obviously, it's broken. This is the first gun we ever bought from a flipping fancy dress shop, a local fancy dress shop, which we use for like virtually all of the shots and stuff, and we put on really bad muzzle flashes on it. But again, it was just for comedic value. It was, we knew we weren't going to be very good, so we wanted to use cheap, crappy guns, and we wanted to make the effects look really bad. And if you see on some of the clips from that video, we knew we weren't very good, so we went to like the ultimate comedy level and showed stuff like this. But give it its due, if me and Mullet revisited the original style of our filming, the original style of our editing, the original style of our effects, our comedy, everything, I think it would still stand up now with just modern cameras and stuff. And one thing I find funny is the description I wrote for that very first video. It reads as followed. the years, perhaps the decades, most anticipated movie, the benchmark for action movies has been raised. Follow the epic tale of Mullet and Barb as they embark on the journey that would change the world forever. Disclaimer, we are nothing to do with Activision or Infinity Ward. We are just two dudes who love to play Call of Duty and have had some time on our hands to make this epic tale. We do not poke fun at the game in any way, shape or form. We are just trying to have a laugh and spread the love to the world. We are not doing this seriously or to be the next best actor or director. How crazy is that, that even then that I wrote like, I don't know what I'm doing, we're not trying to be the next best thing, but now like my whole job, my whole occupation has come from this very, very first video. Like my life, my income and everything is through creating videos, corporate videos, music videos. You know, I'm employed by people to create videos now, so it all technically reverts back to the very, very first YouTube video. For instance, I would never have had a director asked to be the director on a TV show here in the UK when I did all the work for The Gadget Show, which is a huge TV show on Channel 5 in the UK. That would have never have come about if I never started a YouTube channel and never put that very first video out there, because that was kind of the beginning of where I am now. And when I look back at it, we obviously weren't very good at what we did then, but we kind of just had fun with it, which was the most enjoyable part about it. But since that video, I've created over 1,000 YouTube videos, and God knows how many other videos for like other people. I've probably made, I don't know, 1,200, 1,300, maybe 1,500 videos in the last 7 years, which is kind of mind-blowing. And one question you guys might be wondering is, if you could go back in time now, if you could go back to that very, very first video, would you change anything? And I think the answer would have to be a no. No, I wouldn't want to change anything, because at that time, it was just so fun, enjoyable and carefree that it was just fun at that time. And now there's this whole weird YouTube drama going on, and it's like there's pressure on so many people and creators now to perform and stuff, where back then it was just carefree. People just did it because they enjoyed doing it, and that's exactly why I did it back then. And pretty much the only reason why I do it now is because I enjoy doing it. I like to experiment with things. Like this video today is a different style video than I've done kind of before, so it's just I use this platform to kind of release my creativity and stuff, and use it as the bounce board to actually get work and get jobs and income from other places as a filmmaker. So yeah, going back 7 years ago, I would never be able to tell myself then that in 7 years time you would have done this, that and the other, you know, traveled the world, directed for a TV show, because of that very, very first video. So it's kind of mad, it's kind of crazy how fast these 7 years have gone. I didn't even think it was 7 years. So thank you to everyone, even if you've only been here for like 7 days, 7 minutes, even if you've only watched this one video, however long you've been here, thank you for just being awesome and supportive and pushing me every single day to create more content, to just drive myself, my future to where I don't even know where it's going, but it's just fun. It's an awesome road. Thank you guys for coming on this venture. Thank you for 7 years. Let's go for 7 more years. This is where we're going to end today's video. I know it's not a normal vlog or anything, but tomorrow I fly to Portugal for an epic week away, which is going to be even more awesome content. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big fat thumbs up and let me know what you thought about that very, very first video. If you go over and watch it, I will link it in the description down below. And until tomorrow, remember those 3 very important things, which are, as always, stay happy, stay positive, stay awesome. Goodbye. Question 2 is also on Twitter from Dirty, and they have said, actually this is kind of a deep, dark question at this very moment in time. Where do you see the future of YouTube with all of this ad nonsense lately? Is PewDiePie to blame? Well,